Hi, my name is Rick Ray, and originally I come from the United States. And I say originally because actually right now I'm in Thailand. And I have lived in Thailand for the last 28 years. I came to Thailand as a scuba diving instructor because I knew I could find work in Asia, and it worked out very well. Eventually I opened my own dive business, and I had a dive school in Thailand that became very successful for several years. And then I became the regional manager in Asia Pacific. So I have always loved living in Asia, living in Thailand, and now I'm retired from the diving industry. So in the last few years I've been looking for something else that would give me passive income, that would generate income, that would help me plan for my retirement, that would give me extra money, that would allow me to help my family, and give me extra things that everybody desires. So I tried many different things, and actually many years ago I invested in the stock market. That didn't work out very well. I traded options, but I wasn't successful. And then a couple of years ago, a friend of mine talked to me about the foreign exchange market, or as people know it, Forex. And I was a little bit anti because I had not had success with trading on the New York Stock Exchange, and I thought it was the same thing. But my friend introduced me to Forex, and I took a course, and then I began to understand what trading Forex currency is about. It's not difficult. I'll say it's not hard, it's not easy. It's something that you should treat like a business. And if you treat it as a business, you will realize that there are skills and knowledge that you need to learn, that anybody can learn to be able to trade Forex consistently, profitably, and successfully. And I took a course that explained the basics of trading Forex, and I began to have profit immediately. Because as I said, it's not difficult if you're willing to learn the skills and knowledge that are necessary to be successful with any business. And now, proudly, I am a full-time Forex trader and coach. And I teach a course called the Prime Investor Course, which over a 2-day period will teach you the basic skills and knowledge that anyone can learn, that you need to understand how to trade Forex successfully and profitably. So let me take you and show you just a little bit about what I teach in this Prime Investor course. Okay, hi, I would like to introduce you to our Prime Investor course. As I mentioned to you just a minute ago, I want to show you a little bit about what we teach in our Prime Investor course from our company, Commercial. First of all, I want to ask you, do you know what the foreign exchange market is? Do you know what Forex actually is? Most people know the New York Stock Exchange, and you know that there is a place where you can go in New York on Wall Street and you can trade stocks and futures on the New York Stock Exchange. Well, Forex is very different from that. The foreign exchange market is a currency market that is global, it's all over the world, it's decentralized, okay, and allows us to trade currencies from all countries in the world. We buy and sell and exchange currencies. Now, every person, or most people who have traveled anywhere, know about trading currencies. When you land in a different country, you need to have that country's currency that you can spend in that country. You have been trading on the foreign exchange market as a consumer. Now, foreign exchange transactions is a huge market. It's worth trillions of dollars, and this takes place every single day all around the world. It's the largest financial market in the world, and it's traded day and night, 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. Now, most people know about Forex, but they don't know how big is the foreign exchange market. Well, you know that the U.S. stock market is huge, right? Well, they trade $226 billion every single day. Forex trades $200 billion every single hour, 5 days a week, 24 hours a day. It is the largest financial market in the world. Now, because it is so large, and because trillions of dollars are traded, and because millions of people are trading currencies all the time, it is a very volatile market. And there are many factors that influence that volatility, and we will teach you about the different factors that are involved as we go through our Prime Investor course. Many things that you need to know about are interest rates of countries, inflation, government policy, employment figures, imports and exports. All of these things influence the rise and the fall of the currencies all over the world. As I said, you can trade foreign exchange market 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. I told you earlier that I used to trade options on the New York Stock Exchange, but living in Thailand, I couldn't start trading until 8 o'clock at night, and I would trade until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm not restricted like that at all with trading Forex, because I can trade 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. Now, as you will learn in this course, the currencies that we trade are always paired together. For example, the euro is paired with the US, and that happens to be the most highly traded pair all over the world. It covers almost 35% of the foreign exchange market. Now, every country in the world has their own currency, but there are 8 major currency pairs that we mostly deal with, and we teach you how to trade these in our Prime Investor course. You have the US dollar, the euro, the Great British pound, the Swiss franc, the Japanese yen, the Canadian dollar, New Zealand dollar, and the Australian dollar. Those are the 8 major currencies that are traded around the world. Now, as I just mentioned, there are many factors involved that influence the volatility of currencies, and every bank in the world, every country in the world has their own reserve bank, and every reserve bank has their own governor or president. And this person, Janet Yellen, is probably the most influential in the world because she is the governor of the Reserve Bank of the United States. And when she speaks, people listen and the currency fluctuates. And each major currency pair has their own president or governor of their bank. In the European Central Bank, it's Mario Draghi. In the Bank of England, it's Mark Carney. With the Bank of Switzerland, it's Fritz Zerberg. In Japan, it's Haruhiko Kuroda. And in Canada, it's Stephen Poloz. And in the Bank of Australia, Philip Lowe. And finally, with the Bank of New Zealand, Graham Wheeler. And these are all names and faces that you will become familiar with as you learn more about trading on the foreign exchange market, because these guys greatly influence the volatility of currencies all over the world. Now, so a little bit of background, and we'll give you more details in our Prime Investor course, but what you really want to know is, how do I make money in the foreign exchange market? Well, there's only 2 things you can do. There's only 2 types of people. You have buyers and you have sellers. People either buy the currency or they sell the currency. And in Forex terminology, if you decide that you want to buy a currency because you expect that the price will rise, we call that making a long trade. So you would have an entry price where you thought the price was going to go up, and then you would have a goal or a target where you wanted to get out because you thought that would be as high as it went. That is your point of taking profit. We teach you how to set these goals and targets in the Prime Investor course. And then, of course, you would have a stop loss, which is an area that you would have marked to protect yourself if the currency didn't go up but it started to go down, so that you don't lose a large amount of money. This is part of our money management techniques that we spend a lot of time teaching you in our Prime Investor course, because managing money is very, very important in trading Forex currencies. Now, as opposed to a long trade, a short trade is the opposite of a long trade. In other words, you think that the currency is going to go down in price, so we call that a short trade. It's just selling the currency. So, in summary, a long is buying the currency and a short is selling the currency. Now, how do we trade this? How do we actually trade the currency? There's no place where we can go and exchange currencies where we can buy and sell. How do we do this? Well, we do this online with software called MetaTrader 4. And we will show you the details about how to use that in our Prime Investor course. So you can see on our live action chart of the Forex market, we're looking at the British pound and the Canadian dollar currency. And you can easily see an entry point where you would want to buy this currency by clicking here, and then the currency goes up. Each candle represents 1 hour of trading, so this long trade lasts for 4 hours. And then you can see that the sentiment changes and the currency starts to drop in price, and that happens for more than 3 hours. So at this point, you would click sell and go short on the currency. Dreams can come true. And I'm really happy to say and share with you that my dreams are coming true. And you will understand why I can say that after I explain to you just briefly about the cash flow quadrant, which most people in the world these days are familiar with because Robert Kiyosaki made this famous in his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I read a book by Robert Kiyosaki about 20 years ago. It wasn't Rich Dad, Poor Dad, it was another one. But he explained to me and he taught me this cash flow quadrant. When you understand this quadrant, you will understand where all the money is and how we work so hard and never seem to have any money. On the left side of the quadrant, there's most people. That's the employees. People that are waiting for the end of the month to get their paycheck. In other words, living paycheck to paycheck. Then there's the other quadrant on the left side, which is the self-employed person. This might be a person who owns a small restaurant, but has large debts and high risks involved with having their own small business, and still working very hard to have any kind of income. And then when you move to the right side of the quadrant, you see that there is the B quadrant, or the business owner. This is a person who has advanced to having a larger scale business, but usually it's a system that is operating and run by many people in a team. So this business quadrant, business owner quadrant, is people dependent, but still a very good way to make enormous amounts of income. Then the last quadrant, the one where 95% of the money is the investor quadrant. And this is the quadrant that I can proudly say that I have entered into myself now. This is where you can make insane amounts of money. And this is available now, the investor quadrant, to people all over the world, because making money in the new economy is not like it used to be years ago. And technology has advanced to a point where if you have a smartphone, an iPad, any kind of tablet or a laptop PC, and an internet connection, you have accessibility to trade on the foreign exchange market. And that's why I love trading Forex, that's why I love teaching Forex, and that's why I am so happy that my dreams have come true and I have now entered into the investor quadrant. Which quadrant are you in? Will you find a way to get into the quadrant that you want to be in, or will you become a victim? In the last few minutes, you've had an opportunity to get to know me a little bit better. And I took some time to explain to you briefly what is involved in the Prime Investor course at Commercial. So it's time for you to make a decision. Are you ready to see your dreams come true? I told you, my dreams are coming true. I am realizing my dreams from trading the foreign exchange market. It's an opportunity that was there for many, many years, and I didn't take advantage of it. It's an opportunity for you now. It's not hard, it's not easy. It just means learning skills and knowledge that anybody can learn. Everyone has access to this lucrative income from the foreign exchange market. If you'd like to know more about me, just follow the links here on Facebook or Instagram at the bottom of this page. And if you're ready to make the decision and you want to make a booking to join me in the Prime Investor course at Commercial, contact me at the line ID you see at the bottom of the screen. I look forward to seeing you soon, and you can realize your dreams. I will help you to achieve your goals and targets. Thank you. See you soon. Commercial is a foreign exchange, currency, and gold learning center where one click can change your life.